Hello, Assalamu alaikum. A wonderful day, all of you. Welcome to Institute of Global Professional Platform. Thank you for joining us another live session in IGP. Dear participants, let's learn and go on together. So please share this webinar on your Facebook group and on your newsfeed and invite you to your friends and friend circle. We have successfully completed our 325 webinar. Today I will be presenting webinar number 326 and the topic is powerful benefit of positive thinking. So without delay, let's welcome our ma'am. Today we have a powerful and energetic ma'am from Mexico. Let's welcome our ma'am. Hello ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you so much, Kamrul, for the presentation. Can you see me and hear me clearly?
Yes ma'am, I see you and and hear you clearly.
Thank you
Ma'am,
so much.
Ma'am, give a short description about yourself and then you can start your presentation.
Wow. Okay. Beautiful. Thank you so much for everyone being here. I'm actually having a side monitor and I'm so excited and enthusiastic to be able to see how you all are coming in. So, my name is Valerino. I'm a live conscious parenting spiritual coach and an NLP practitioner and an international public speaker. And most of all, I'm just a human being like all of you, really wanting to take my life to the next level, to make things happen, not just for me, but for everybody that encounters my path, my journey. And I'm a lover of life, and I'm just in awe of the growth that all of you do because this is actually my third time here. Mostly my topics have been one of them was leading for success and the principles of becoming a leader. And today we hit one of the most beautiful topics that I truly enjoy speaking about, the benefits of positive thinking. And I want to, first of all, again, congratulate all of you for coming in. As I see everybody coming in, it just really ignites my heart and gives me the energy and the positivity to make the best of our time together. Now, before I start, because I know one of the things that I love about this platform and all of you is that you all always participating in such an active way. And this helps us, the speakers, really feel ignited to make this time together the best. So in the chat, why don't you go ahead and share with me first more where are you transmitting from? Where are you right now currently? I just want to get a feel for the energy that we have in the room. Just let me know where are you seeing this live from. And as you are doing this, I do want to let you know that this particular topic is really the deal breaker to make things happen for you. We can have all kinds of speakers here. I see somebody from the Philippines. I'm so excited, JP. I was actually meant to go to the Philippines for the Global Women Empowerment Summit in March, and it got moved due to the circumstances around the world. So I see quite a few Philippines, Romel also. So I do look forward to seeing you all in March for the Global Women Empowerment Summit. Now, as I was saying, I want you to know that any speaker that comes here, even myself, when I spoke about leadership and all the different tools that we can get from different speakers all around the world, if we are not in the right mindset, if we are not in the right spirit, in the right vibration, there's nothing in the world we can do. I can give you the tools for A, B, C to conquer D, E, F, but if you're not in the right spirit, energy, frequency, determination to take actions in a positive way towards your dreams, nothing is going to happen. I want to make that clear. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my presentation. You can keep on telling me a lot of, most of the participants are from Philippines. I hear that's super exciting. That means that when I come in May, maybe we'll bump into each other. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, let's see. All right. Kamrul, can you see my screen? I
Yes,
hope.
ma'am.
Okay, thank you. And thank you for
Visual.
your presentation. I appreciate that. So let's talk about the powerful benefits of positive thinking. So these are all the things that can happen around positive thinking: change, success, creativity, health, good, excellence, faith. We all know what it takes to be in that mindset. Now, let's see. The first question that I have for all of you, and I do definitely want to hear the participants or actually read the participants, I want you to tell me in the chat, what are some of the benefits that you have experienced when you are in a positive thinking phase? When you're feeling super positive, what are some of the benefits that you are experiencing when you are in positive thinking? So go ahead and write that in the chat. And while you're doing that, I do want to let you all know that I'm super, super, super excited because this is my first conference of 2022. And thank you for kicking off my year with a beautiful group like you guys. So let's see, we feel happiness, we feel motivated to my job, we feel very happy. Thank you so much for everybody that is participating in the chat. I see that you feel motivated. So it's really, we already know. Happy and content with life. Thank you, JP. Peace of mind. Carmela, that is so important. You have a peace of mind when you are in this positive thinking. Some benefits of positive thinking to me, it eases my mind from stress and help me a lot to cope up on hard situations, says Christian. And Bernardo is happy to work. Lovely, lovely interactions. Thank you for your participation. Keep them coming. So if we know that the benefits are there, then tell me this. Then why are most people in a negative mindset if we know all the great things that happen when we are happy? Why? Why would we not be doing this 24/7 if we know all these positive things that happen? Look at all these comments coming in. Why? So, I'm going to do a little exercise. It's a 1 minute exercise to see how we can get in the proper mindset of being in this positive state of mind. So for right now, I want you to please stop the writing on the chat. And I want you to take your cell phone away, whatever you have going on in your busy desk or your life, and just dedicate 1 minute to this exercise. I want you all to work with me on this. We are going to tap into this positive thinking mode before we kick off this presentation. And I'm going to demonstrate how easy it is to change your energy, and just with an exercise that I will be guiding, how we can change that. So please leave your cell phone aside. I want you to just, wherever you are, sit up straight, get your back straight, and take a deep breath. Take a really deep breath. Take it in from your lungs all the way in, and exhale. We're going to do that 3 times, and I want you to close your eyes actually. Please close your eyes at this time. It's only a minute exercise. We're going to inhale peace, love, and exhale fear, doubt. Inhale love, peace. Exhale fear, doubt. One more time. Inhale love, peace. Exhale fear, doubt. And I want you to bring right now into your spirit, into your heart, a moment in your life that you have been extremely happy, extremely positive. Keep your eyes closed and bring that moment into your heart now. Can you see it? Who are you with? What is the color that shows more in this scene? What are you wearing? What are you feeling? Tap into that emotion and that scenery now. I want you to envision that moment that you are living it now, that everything that you are seeing is actually being played in real time. See how you're flowing fearlessly, happy, content, because you are doing what you want with the people that you want and the activity that you are bringing up in this moment, in this present moment, and you are feeling the frequency of that moment now. You are feeling your cheeks, how they are smiling. Your energy is so strong. You feel like everything is walking along in the path that you are seeking, and you're feeling the frequency of the moment now. I want you to bring that moment and tap it into your heart and see it in every detail. Now, feel that positivity that is happening in that scene and share it with the people in the scene if they are there. And if they are not there, bring that positivity to your family. That moment, those emotions that you felt at that moment, feel them now, expand them to those around you. I want you to now expand them to the people in your neighborhood. Expand this frequency of happiness, positivity, love, expansion, endless love, endless energy to the people in your city. Feel the feeling of that happy, joyous, positive moment and now expand it to your country. Expand it to your country. Bring as many people as you can in this moment to help them feel this particular moment you're feeling, the emotion. Now to the world. Touch your heart. Remember, feel, and breathe this moment now. And simply say thank you, thank you, thank you. Inhale one more time and exhale anything that is no longer suitable for us to continue in our day on this day. So, how is this exercise feeling for you? How are you feeling that just this frequency of this particular exercise was of contribution to change whatever was going on in our busy mind to get into the focus on the now with a positive outcome of whatever is going to happen today? What can you share, please, in the chat? Tell me if you were able to tap into this exercise, what it was for you, and if you are feeling now in the positive moment at this time. Let me see. You're feeling relaxing, Anna Marie. Thank you so much. This is beautiful because part of being positive, you're feeling also relaxed, and that when you're in relaxed mode, you're able to be more a creator of your own path, of your own day, of your own dreams. So I see some icons coming in to also represent that. Romeo says also relaxing. Thank you so much for sharing. So these are the type of things that you can do. It took 1 minute, a minute and a half, and look how relaxing and positive you all are feeling. Thank you so much for that. So let me ask you this, or actually share with you. Meditations and affirmations are not enough to be in the state of positivity and make things happen towards us. Thank you so much, Rosalind, for saying it was amazing. I really appreciate that. So what we must do is we must take actions working on our inner self to be able to change old patterns and programs. If we just say, I am peaceful, I am positive, I am love, I am whatever, that's great. And that helps a lot for the neurolinguistic program, which we'll actually talk about. And meditation definitely gets us in this state of mind. However, we must take actions to take these to positivity as a day-to-day practice in our life. Okay. And Carmela says, feeling the presence of happy. I love that. So let's go on and see the first tool that I want to share with you to really make that change. And when you do the change, you're going to take a chance. Okay. You take a chance and you get a change. So what is it about the situation that I'm not seeing? So when you ask the questions, Okay, say you're in a state of mind that is not so positive, right? And you're just not knowing how to bring that positivity in. This is a beautiful tool. The more questions you ask, the more possibilities you create. So, for example, if there's a situation at work that didn't suit your spirit, and instead of getting in that funky negative mode, I want you to get into the habit of asking questions. What is it about the situations that I'm not seeing? And you can add that I am not seeing that is for my highest good and the good of all the people around me. When you ask those questions, I want you to be expansive, and bring other people in. So, this is an interesting point of view how I want to invite you to be an observer, like of your life, like if it was a movie. So, be the observer of your own thoughts and emotions, just like if you are in a movie. So, if you're watching a movie, you are watching it, but you're not really in the movie. And then, if you really need to freeze a scene for a little bit, in this is an analogy to just freeze it and say, okay, I felt that emotion. What is it about this emotion that I'm not seeing that is for my highest good and the good of others, and so forth? Then you put a pause in that movie of yours. But then we want to make sure that we hit play and continue living this movie of ours, our own personal life. I want to give you some tips for leading a positive and productive life. And we have here in this circle, and actually Wayne Dyer said this, a negative mind will never give a positive life. Surround yourself with people that contribute into your life. In fact, I read somewhere it says, it's important to notice and really observe what kind of people are near us. And it was suggesting that we have five different kind of people around us. You want to have somebody that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Do you have somebody in your life that pushes you out of that comfort zone? You also want to have somebody that is even more brighter, more intelligent than you, that you look up to. That's a kind of type of person that is awesome to have nearby. You want to have somebody that pushes you to fulfill your dreams. You want to have someone that also gives you constructive criticism. That constructive criticism that we need to be able to tap into something new. We want also to have somebody in our life that tells us how we are doing, that is in the right spirit of helping you get to your dreams, whether it's something that you need to work on or that you are in a path of heading to your dreams. So, this is just an idea that we want to make right now, an assessment of what kind of people you have around you. In fact, they say that you are the result of the five people that are near you the most. So, take a moment right now and bring into this energy and frequency those five people that you hang around with the most. Are they fully of great spirit to your heart? Put yes or no in the chat now. Yes or no in the chat now. I want you to answer this question. The top five people in my life, are they the frequency, the example, the inspiration and admiration that I need in my life? Yes or no? Romel says yes. I'm so happy. Christian says yes. Let's see. There's a lot of us here live, so come on, join them. All right. Joy says yes. This is beautiful. Then that means you are attracting who you are. So this PowerPoint presentation, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Now, if you have, thank you for everyone who's writing, yes, yes, yes. If you have that special someone that is not in the right frequency, that is not of contribution, that is not leading you to success, to love, to making your life be lived with grace, love, and joy, then you must learn to put healthy boundaries from a place of love. I'm not saying cut them completely out of your life, but I'm just asking you to perhaps put healthy boundaries by saying I need a little space to continue my growth. I love you. I just feel that our frequencies are off in this present time. So I'm going to take some time off to tap into what is it that is not allowing us to be in the same frequency. Thank you for being in my life. I'm sure we will get back soon or something in that line. But be very clear, please, please, to put healthy boundaries in those energies of people around you. Now, you might ask, Val, well, I can't do this with everybody. I might be a family member, it might be somebody at work. There are still opportunities to have healthy boundaries. The only thing, you keep your spirit whole and you don't let the frequency of the energy of the other person change your vibration of that moment or, in fact, in your life. So you cannot hang out with negative people and expect to live a positive life because energies are contagious. Spirit is contagious. So we want to make sure that if you can be a contribution for that person that is not being in positive mood, by all means, share your frequency and your positivity, because the more you share, the more we expand, the more we create, the more we create a better world by sharing this positivity. However, if that there's many times where that other person, for whatever reason, is stuck in a pattern, in a frequency, due to their own limited beliefs and fears, and you must protect your own spirit. We have around 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Can you even imagine? Let's look at this little chart that I made for you guys. Same thoughts equals same behaviors. Same behaviors equals same experiences. Same experiences equals same emotions. Same emotions drive you to your same thoughts. So it is important, as we looked in our first slide, to make that change, to step into that new area that might not be clear to you, so that you can change all of this and really start doing your thoughts can actually bring new behaviors and new experiences and new emotions. Yes, everybody's saying true, true, true. So this is a beautiful chart. I want you to take a screenshot of that and remember, right? Because the reason why people are staying in the same frequency and that is hard for them to hit the positive state is because they are married to whatever happened to their past that brought them those emotions. So they live more in a state of fear and doubt. And then that's just a protective mechanism. And this is how they live their life. But we know that there's no need for that right now. So which of these emotions is your favorite? Which one do you really tap into the most? I know if I ask, probably 99% of you are going to say joy. And I love that because we want to manifest into existence what we want as well. But really, take into consideration all these other emotions. How often do you tap into this emotion? And how long do you stay into these emotions? And how much importance do you give to these emotions? And how do you react to these emotions? So these are all beautiful questions to be asking constantly, because once you put your intention into doing an observation and analysis and doing the inner work that we need to do, you are creating new possibilities. Remember what we spoke about. More questions. Yay, we see a lot of people saying joy. Joy, okay, and even others fear. And it's beautiful to just go ahead and express it. If fear is pulling you, then in this 3 seconds, I always say these 3 seconds, in these 3 seconds, it's okay. Where it gets iffy and sometimes dangerous if you stay too long in that frequency and that emotion that is not serving your highest self. So how you tap into, like, if you're seeing a life full of fear, it's for sure something that happened to you in the past. So we need, I don't like the word confront fear because it's not a confrontation. We need to be at peace, because actually, even though fear is not like a slide that I was planning to talk about, I like to interact with what is coming up in the chat. Fear can also work on your benefit. Let me give you a clear example. Clear example that I love to share in my conferences. If envision yourself walking in an alley in the night, and all of a sudden there's a dead end, and you are feeling, the intensity of the night, and your emotions are creeping in, and you're feeling fear because you are in the dark in a dead alley, and of course that is most likely a place that is not good for us to be. So fear spikes up, and it's warning us of something that might happen that is not for our highest good. So in that moment, is fear good or bad? I always say good and bad like this because really there's no good and bad, but that's a different lecture. So then if we are also grateful for those moments that fears just spike up to warn us, then that's okay. Where it gets iffy is when we marry fear and we make it part of our day. Okay, so definitely room for some life coaching, which actually I adore to do, and tap into whose fear am I holding on to? Mine or someone else's? How can I release this fear from whatever person I am connecting to, or situation, circumstance, life experience that took me to live this fear in a way that is taken over my life? What can I do differently to make that change, to tap into joy, love, and positivity? Quality of feelings. We want to heal our emotions. So it's, how many people say, oh, just change your chip, change your chip. Like if we were some sort of computer that we could just go, take out one chip and put in the other. So we do not actually want to change the chip. We want to change the emotion. We can't grow new thoughts where they continue to inhabit old emotions. So how do we shift old emotions and put in new emotions? We're going to be seeing them in this presentation. But first of all, the fact that you're here is amazing. The fact that you recognize this is another plus. Now, how are we going to identify? Because that emotion doesn't allow us to live in positivity, happiness, bliss. So when that happens, we want to be able to feel the feeling again as an observer and do the inner work to ask the questions: where is it coming from? It might require internal dialogue, journaling, talking to a person, healing a particular scenery in your life that might have been of deep pain, that left you guarded, that left you shield. How can you lower your shield to leave space for the frequency of love so that you can allow oneness, change, possibilities into your life now? Okay, first of all, when you're smiling is also an opportunity to change different chemicals in your body to bring positivity and feel good. Now, we all know that with this mask that we have to wear, hey, we can get away with that. But actually, I love that when I'm with people, even people that I don't know, when I'm walking on the streets, and even if I don't have this beautiful mask that I use for conferences, I am able to know if somebody's smiling, even with a mask on. Answer me in the chat. Can you tell when somebody's smiling, even when they have their mask on? Yes or no? I want you to tell me yes or no, because this is really important. Thank you for the little hand thumbs up and hearts that you guys are putting here in the chat. I know, yep, yes, Romel says absolutely, because, and John says yes. And so, Rosaline, thank you for being so active in the chat, Romel. So if we are able to have, I don't have oh, here it is. Let me go ahead. If I am able to have a mask on here, and you can you can still see me smiling just by my body, by my frequency, by my energy, my body movements, then we know that positivity is contagious, and it also connects us to the spirit of people. Definitely, JP says, Bernardo says, yes. Okay. So save energy, think positive. When you are wasting energy, guys, it drains you. It really drains you. You know how all the stress that you feel. So when you are thinking positive, it actually is saving a lot of energy in your spirit and in your heart. And I want to share with you an example, okay? Because it's not about sometimes, if you're in a situation, for example, in your car. Let's give a beautiful scenario. You're driving to work and you're feeling good and spirited. You did your gratitude in the morning, you did your meditation, and all of a sudden, one car cuts you off, yells at you, cusses at you, and you tap into that energy. In that moment, you tap into that same frequency, cuss them off, get into that low vibration. Then sometimes you can let it go, get into work, and is next. Sometimes people take all that into work and say, if I started my day like this, what else can I expect to happen? Watch your language. When you're speaking in these terms, you will receive what you are asking for. The universe is hearing you, and your frequency will be contagious to bring about that essence that you are calling upon to come. So, second scenario, somebody at work is having an off day and cusses you off, tells you off, judges you, complains without reason. Is it as easy to cut that frequency of the person that told you in the car than to have that person in your day the whole day? It's harder. So, how do we cope with this? I want you to tap into this slide right now. If the other person is in low vibration and not in positivity, we know that it's about their fear, their doubt, the situation that they lived, and you don't have to tap into it, even if it's it with no justice. Okay, because the fact that you feel like you have to protect yourself and have a fight about it when you know it's not true, then you're going to tap into that. So if you need to stick healthy boundaries and speak from a place of love, by all means do. And if not, pray for that person. Send them love and light because it takes two to tango. Tango, the dance, the Argentinian dance. If you don't have that other person, then if you don't have the other frequency, you can't dance. So do not tap into that source and stick to your positive energy and actually not only stick to it, make it bigger throughout your day. How do we expand positivity? By sharing this positivity with others, and it's creating a ripple effect with the people that are around you that day, even through a phone call, even through an experience, through a Zoom call. Why not? Can you all feel my positive energy right now? Tell me yes or no in the chat. Can you see how I'm invested in you right now and in me because I'm doing what I absolutely love to do? So, this energy that you're feeling, let me know if you're feeling it in the chat. I'm feeling it 3 times more by doing everything that I possibly love and dream to do. Thank you so much for Farilia for saying yes. Absolutely, Jessica. Thank you so much for sharing. So, Erica, this positive energy, I ask you, how much are you willing to be a transmitter of this positivity to as many people as you can today, tomorrow, and forever? Ask yourself that. So, what are the main reasons why people have not started living their dreams? Now, this is going to get pretty, guys. So, I want you again to just focus on this next chapter right now because I'm going to tell you how I have fulfilled the most amazing dream of my entire life just recently. I'm going to share you the whole technique, how I got to it, and share you a slide of what that is. Okay, and then I'm going to see how we are with all of you in fulfilling or at least getting closer to fulfilling your dreams. So again, we go back to the questions. Do you want to ask questions all the time because they create possibility, okay? Ask yourself, what can I do differently today? You're thinking of how to get that step closer to fulfilling your dreams. What new choices can I make today? And how can I react differently today in these 3 seconds? Notice that I speak a lot about these 3 seconds because if you just say, how can I react differently? it takes a different type of pressure because it's so much. Just focus in intervals of 3 seconds. These 3 seconds will lead to the next 3 seconds and the next 3 seconds. Okay. So have you even asked yourself these questions before? Okay. Now I'm going to tell you how my positive thinking changed my life, especially during the pandemic, especially during the most difficult time that was going on in the world, how I was able to stay in positive thinking, and how all the things that happened to me that were in line with what I wanted to bring about, and then invite you to see what kind of things you can bring into your life. So just during this pandemic, I've been able to train more than 50,000 teachers, right? Due to the possibility to do more online. I've done 3 trips to Dubai as a speaker just during the pandemic. I've been a speaker of the World Speech Day for 103 countries. I'm actually in Mexico right now. I've done trips to Mexico, Colombia, Peru. I did social aid campaigns in Colombia and Peru, conferences in 15 universities, and collaborations with Africa, Asia, and Europe, and several awards in the work. Now, how? During the pandemic, I even got stuck in Peru when I was speaking over there. My trip for 8 days turned into 8 months. Okay, can you even imagine? Now, was that easy? No. Was I in positive frequency all the time? Nope. Because at that time, my whole life changed. I had a job that I actually went to. I lost that. I lost the place where I lived. I had to get friends to take my stuff out. I didn't know how I was going to sustain myself in Peru, and it was all iffy. But as soon as I asked the questions, what is it about the situation that I am not seeing that is for my highest good and the good of others? What is it about the situation that can allow me to grow and expand my wings higher? What is it about the situation that I could be of service, and in doing so expand my soul, my frequency, my energy in a different frequency that I've never felt before? What is it about the possibilities of stepping into the unknown, getting out of my comfort zone, and making things happen for me and for others? So these are the questions that we want to be asking to be able to tap into different frequencies and stay in that positivity and work in the directions that of your dreams. Now, another amazing dream that happened is where I'm broadcasting right now, which is my beach house. Since I was 10, I knew I wanted to have a place in the beach, in the ocean. So again, it's not a matter of just doing positive affirmations and meditating on it. What are the action steps that I did that led me to this? Everything. We're going to have a slide on neuro-linguistic programming, but how you speak about it and how you envision it, because people in the spiritual world, and I'm also a spiritual coach, we always tend to say, stay in the now, stay in the now, stay in the now. How often do you see that this is the message that we are getting? And of course, I'm going to applaud that, and I honor that. Just leave a little gap of also not just being in the now, but doing action steps, mindsets, verbalizing what you want to bring into existence from something that you want to see in the near future. Okay, so you leave that window. What happened is that when I went to a store, when I went to a restaurant, or the restaurant, the waiter said, Miss Alino, is there anything I can do for you? And I said, well, I want a beach in the house. And everybody would laugh. I go into a store. Is there anything I could help you with? Yes, I want a house on the beach. And I went to a clothes store. Is there anything I can help you with? And they would say, well, I don't have a beach house, but I have clothes that you can use in the beach. And I started getting like a small, a shirt to put that intention. I remember buying my first, like a beautiful dream catcher, and I said, this is going to go on my house. And in fact, I got a shirt that actually didn't buy it. It came to me because I was in that frequency, and I'm bringing about everything I need to make my dreams happen. Guys, this stuff works. I want you to know that this stuff works. What does my t-shirt say? And I'll tell you how I got it. Look at this. The beach is my office. This is my current place right now. This is the scene that I have right in front of you, in front of me, as I'm teaching you this. The beach is my office. Stepping in the unknown is actually amazing. Let's talk about that. How this shirt came into me, I always said that. And one time I was in a beach trip and this man had this shirt on. I could have stayed in my comfort zone, but I went straight to the man and said, "Sir, this shirt belongs to me. What do I need to do to get one? Buy this from you." And he just saw me with so much excitement that he actually said, "I happen to have an extra one because I actually patented this." And thank you for saying that it's all very useful, guys, on the chat. I see it on the side. And he gave me one, and I offered him something to add to his meal. And I have this, right? So let's talk about how we make this happen. And stepping into the unknown is actually amazing, okay? When you're only stepping in the path that you know, that you feel safe, that you know how to react because that's your routine, because everything is play, repeat, continue, play, repeat, continue, play, repeat, continue. How are you going to be able to feel new feelings? Remember back to the first slide to change those emotions. When you go into the unknown, you don't know how your spirit is going to react in a certain circumstance. You don't know how you're going to be able to problem solve if a situation arises. When you're in an unknown situation, you don't know the endless possibilities and the people that cross your path to make that happen and the opportunities that you have for growth because it's a new terrain. Imagine yourself, you're going to visit your friend and you always hit the same road to get to them, right? Back roads or whatnot. But then all of a sudden somebody tells you, "Oh, you know what, Farila, Anna Marie, Marvik, I want you today not to go to the same drive that you always do. I found an off road experience that is going to take you to beautiful sceneries. You can still get to your friend's house." How willing and how active are you to take that decision to say yes? How often would our first thought be, "Oh no, I don't want to be late. Oh no, I don't want to get lost. Oh no, what if something happens? What if?" But we say what if in towards negative and fear and lack and scarcity. What if we say what if? What if we see something beautiful? What if I feel confident enough about myself and taking the off road path? What if I'm able to meet someone that is of contribution to me and to others? What if, what if, what if, what if, but in a positive way? Do you see what I'm trying to explain here? Change will not, Eugene says, yes, change will not happen, guys, unless you step off road, unless you do things in the unknown. In fact, I want to add to the story of the beach house and also take risks. I'm going to tell you a true story and then go to our next slide. When I was looking at this place, I walked in here and I said, "This is it." Well, I didn't have the funds to make it happen. I had to do some serious magic and, source worked for this to happen. God help. And when I was getting ready to put the deposit down, my niece, who was helping me in the process, says, "You know you're going to lose this money," because I was going to sell another property to be able to pay this. "You're going to lose this money if your other property doesn't sell. You know you're going to lose this." And I did not have 1 minute of doubt to say, "Oh my God, that's a lot of money. Oh, I don't want to lose it. And what if I lose it?" I said to her, "Thank you for letting me know and protecting me. I want you to know that this is our new place. And there's no doubt in my heart that this is the right thing to do. I feel it in my heart. And I'm already envisioning where we're going to put this and where are we going to put that." And my niece was actually my real estate agent. I said, "In fact, I'm not even going to tell you. I had 1 month to sell my other property. I'm never going to ask you who's coming to see the property. Oh my God, what did they say? Are they going to put the money down? Is it under contract?" I promise you that I'm telling you the truth. In the process, even 2 days before the month was up, I never once asked. And in fact, the people around me that knew about this said, "You crazy. I told you not to do this." And 2 days before the month, Someone bought my property. What can happen in your life to create this magic, to step into your oneness, even in the unknown, to be able to be confident, to jump off a plane? God willing, that parachute opens up, yes, for sure. But if you know you are in spirit and God is watching you to push you to your limits, you know that might get stuck in a tree, you might get some scrapes and bruises and aches and pains, but you will get there to be able to see something different. Take the jump, take the off road, make things happen for you, sticking in the positivity of life. Manifesting dreams requires we need to set a clear intention, a vision, a possibility. What will it be like when I get the beach house? What will it be like when I get this job? What will it be like when I actually can launch my when I can launch exactly what I'm looking for in my life, my entrepreneurship? What would it be like to do something different? I want you all to write all this down. The more you get clear on the details, the more your brain creates new waves and changes your mind actually. So, all this will allow you to open your heart and you will move to an elevated state of being. Okay. And then the ultimate dream happens, the highest frequency, the most positivity happens when you share your dreams with others. So here it says, a dream you dream alone is only a dream. A dream you dream together is a reality. Okay, let's see. I want you all, I know there's a lot going on in the chat. If you can actually stop that for 1 second and get into this particular presentation, because I want to really tap into the importance of positivity using neurolinguistic program. Okay, so the quality of your thoughts determine your success and happiness. So as a trainer, as a practitioner for neurolinguistic program, when I graduated, I had to, do these things. Well, actually, the walking on the fire wasn't part of that, but I decided to conquer my fears and do this. So let's start on this scene. The neurolinguistic programmer that got me into the mood of walking on fire actually manifested into existence that we didn't know we were going to walk on fire. We were just in indoors, and he was manipulating and helping our brain envision that we would be walking on ice, and made us feel over and over how cold it was going to be and how brave we were going to be. And through 20 minutes of programming, I promise you that I didn't get one wound. I didn't even feel the heat. I was able to program my mind to walk on this thinking that it's not fire. So if I'm able to do this and all of you are able to do this, what endless possibilities can we bring into our life? Just be in that state of positivity and knowing that we're able to bring about everything that we need and want in our lives. And here, imagine that this is me with double back surgery and no core strength, and he was able to program me to be doing this. And then I programmed this lady. So there's a lot of things that we can be doing to actually activate our positivity by working with what kind of frequencies, words, actions, emotions, vibrations are coming out of our mouth every time we speak. Even when you say good morning, say good morning. When I say please get into the spirit of this presentation, be in the spirit. I know there's a lot going on. You guys have to fill some questionnaires and whatnot. But if we're not fully present, you will not make this everything that I've been trying to share with you today true into your life. When you're here, be here. When you're there, be there. Having the frequency of being in the present time with the person who you're talking, learning from, taking coffee, having a walk, even with your dog, it doesn't matter. Be in the present moment and tap into that frequency. Our words program us, are programming us, okay? So these are all some examples of positive words. Now, I want you to pay close attention. Watch how you are speaking. So when you say something like, if you decide to apply, you're putting it into doubt. But when you say, when you decide to apply, I know that, then you are making a state of affirmation. When you're knowing that it's yours, your adrenaline changes, your chemicals in your body changes, and you're already tapping into that positivity. When you say, we hope to be able to buy that house, we know we will be able to buy that house. Even if you don't know, even if you do not know yet, put that energy, frequency, spirit, positivity into whatever you are bringing about. Okay, I'm going to stop right now and I'm going to ask everybody on the chat to tell me if you have the habit of watching every day what kind of frequencies and words come out of your mouth. Are you present on that every day or for the most part? Jessica Romeo, thank you. I feel like I have the same people. Okay, we have quite a few people online. So go ahead and tell me yes, 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 yes. It's very important. Now we watch that. So when you say, I think you can get that job. But if I tell Harrison Perlas, I know you will get that job. Cecilia, I know you will get that job. Then it changes. If I say, John, I think you can get that. You see how the frequencies are different, and the positivity is in a completely different. You'll still be positive, but it's just a different frequency. Okay. Now check out this slide. Find your balance wherever you are. Okay. I like doing yoga, so I like doing silly poses, but it just means that you want to have a balance of work, life, fun, play to be able to also balance your intentions, frequency, and live a whole life that allows you to, separate your intentions and be present and be able to create what you want to bring about. Okay. Now, guys, please pay attention to this one. How can you also stay in positivity and have this beautiful reaction and actions to everything that happens in your life? We have to take care of ourselves, okay? And this says for bad days, but in another course, we will talk about that there's no good and bad. It's just the energy where you see it from and how you are seeing things depending on your own experiences in your life. So let's remember the importance of taking a warm bath, reaching out to someone, looking at the big picture, having all these things, take a walk, of course, eat well. Now, I want all of you, somebody says hi from Bangladesh. Thank you, Sahana. All right, guys, I want you to write in the chat, really, are you taking care of yourself? Do you at least do 3 of these things on a daily basis? Yes or no? Come on, let's get this chat going. Yes or no? Do you do at least 3 of these things on a daily basis? I see a lot of people from Philippines now. Please answer the question so I can go to the next one. We're almost at the end, and I want to make sure that we get the best of it. Carol says yes. That is amazing. Kathleen says yes. That is amazing. Eugene. Okay, so we must remember the importance. Thank you, Jessica. So does this whole positivity way of living, thank you, Romeo, happen overnight? Absolutely not. It's going to take time. We need to pull out of our body these past traumas, the past situations that have happened in our life, and invest fully our energy in what we want to bring about in the future. Thank you for all that activation right now. Thank you so much. So we need to maintain our vision of the future independently of conditions in your environment, of conditions of time, or conditions of emotional addictions. You know what the trick is? Consistency is the requirement for you to make these shifts. Consistency. This is a must. If we're just doing it here and there, we won't be able to actually bring about anything that we want. When you do things right, you're not waiting for the feeling to feel whole. You are not waiting for the success to be empowered. You are not waiting for the wealth to come right into your life to feel abundant. You are not waiting for that love to feel in a relationship even with your love, with yourself. You're not waiting. You're not waiting for that mystical moment to happen when you feel awe. You're not waiting anymore. We're taking actions. We're taking actions. Now, success is not about circumstances, is about your attitude. Guys, I want you to stop writing anything on the chat and focus on this slide right now. Focus on this slide. How creative can you be to be able to even do things differently these 3 seconds, even change your reality by being creative, by feeling the energy and the frequency of doing something different, to see yourself standing even when you think is impossible, to see yourself whole, being capable and able to bring about into your life everything that you desire. We need to stay whole, present, positive, but from your heart, not just from your head. There needs to be a balance. We need to program our subconscious mind to be able to bring about everything that we think about. We need to be able to watch those people around us and assess if we are a contribution to them and if they are a contribution to us. How willing are you able to step out of your comfort zone and once and for all be creative and make things happen for you? I want to thank you all so much for allowing me to come into this time and space, this frequency, despite of how far we are physically from each other, but how beautiful it is even without me even seeing your faces, just by feeling the energy of you in the chat on my left, and by knowing that all of you are making an effort to share what we are teaching, because your growth is the growth of others, because we are one with all, one with God, and we know that uniting our hearts, we will be able to share more. So this is my company, Valalino Trust Your Journey, and you can find a little bit more about me in valalino.com. I do encourage you to follow me on Instagram as Val Alino Coach, and I also on Facebook, Valalino Coach, and I also have a YouTube channel that is launching. It's Val Alino Coach, that has some meditations and channeling messages from the source. So thank you so much, and I know that I believe y'all have to answer some questionnaire, and also I'm here to answer all your questions and be a source of love and inspiration to all of you. So Kamrul, you can come back here. I'm going to stop the sharing and see what we need to do next. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. It's really an important topic, and also your presentation outstanding. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your feedback.
Thank you, ma'am. We after after presentation we move for quiz competition, and after quiz competition we move for Q&A, and we'll meet together in our quiz and question and answer session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Dear participant, is quiz and competition session. Today code is IGP quiz, and the comment link in the comment box. After 1 minute left, we'll start our quiz competition. So please join early. After quiz competition, we have Q&A. Let's start our quiz competition. Our first question is: what are the some benefit of positive thinking? Feeling good about yourself, boosting your health and wellness. What are the some benefit of positive thinking? Feeling good about yourself, and the second one is boosting your health and wellness. 32% of our participants give the correct answer, and the correct answer is feeling good about yourself. On the leaderboard, Martinez and Ravira leading the first position. Our second question is: positive thinking may provide the following health benefit for the execution of increased lifespan, becoming immortal. 64% of our participants give the correct answer, and the correct answer is becoming immortal. On the leaderboard, Romel Hernandez also leading the first position. Our next question is: positive thinking usually makes people feel calm or angry. 100% of our people participants give the correct answer, and calm is the correct answer. On the leaderboard, Janelle is leading the first position. Our next question is: a positive attitude means you just might eat a lunch, get answer right. 93% of our participants give the correct answer, and get answer right is the correct answer. Janelle also leading the first position. Our next question is: black and white thinking is looking at things in only extreme or opposite ways, a zebra's thought process. 80% of our people participants give the correct answer, and the correct answer is looking at things in only extreme or opposite ways. Gina Lin also leading the first position. Our next question is, you have two types of thinking. You have two types of thinking. System 2 is hungry climb. 81% of our people gave the correct answer, and the correct answer is climb. Ginalin also leading the first position. Our next question is, what are the three levels of moral thinking? Pre-conversational, conversational, and post-conversational. Pretending, tending, and post-tending. 94% of our participants give the correct answer, and the correct answer is pre-conventional, conventional, and post-conventional. Jinane also leading the first position. Our next question is, a need powerful enough to drive action is a priority need and need clue. 100% of our participants give the correct answer, and the correct answer is a priority need. Our second last question. These are all ways of thinking about ethics and the good life except normative, imaginative. 69% of our participants give the correct answer, and the correct answer is imaginative. Emmeline now leading the first position. Our final question is our final question is, to make a positive and lasting impression with clients, students should be taught to commit themselves, extend themselves. Only 27% of our participants give the correct answer, and the correct answer is extend themselves. Congratulations of our top 10 participants. On the leaderboard, Emilian is leading the first position, and the following is Shaila, John Kiley, J.R. Lamberto Espilatin Jr., Cristiano, Maribel de la Cruz, Florelila, Romel John Siequino, and Gilanin. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Amazing test. I like to see the interaction of everyone. Thanks for allowing me to sit in and watch that.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear participants, it's question and answer session time. You can send your question in our comment section and make sure to put it one by one so that the speaker would understand it well. So don't hesitate to ask the question to our ma'am. Our ma'am are ready to answer the question.
Yes, we're ready. Ask anything you guys are holding now. This is the time to release so that we started with positivity and we end with positivity. And
Thank
we
you,
keep
ma'am.
our
You're right.
positivity.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, come out with the
Participants are
questions.
requested. Participants are
Take
requested to ask their question in comment box. Ma'am, our first question from Harela to Ma'am Eleanor. How does religious belief help us to stay positive and think positive?
Okay, beautiful question. Thank you, Farila. You know, religion brings you faith, and faith is a must also to have in this positive thinking journey. But it really is not about a religion, a gender, a country, a way, a culture. It really is not. I mean, positive thinking is expanded to all, depending on your belief systems and what you have in your heart. Definitely, when you have a belief that you are next to source, to God, that you have this faith that we can all make it happen, it definitely is helping a lot in your process of manifestation, affirmation, positivity, and making your dreams. Is not an absolutely a path that everybody seeks to have, and it's not the necessary ingredient for everybody to live in this state. But I truly believe that it definitely holds a big part in this role of positivity and moving closer to your dreams in a timely manner. Beautiful, beautiful question, Faria. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question is, if example we are on grave, how can we still have a positive thinking? And also thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for your question, love. You know, these are amazing questions because it is those times where you say, okay, what is the benefit? How could I even stay positive if I lost someone, or you saw an injustice or whatnot? But the fact is also, depending on your belief system, what is your perception of death and how you actually are, how you've been trained and programmed in your subconscious mind to believe what really death is. When we believe that there's a higher source, that there's a God or whatever your belief system is, there's a life cycle. We all know that we are going to be born, we born and die. So the time frame that we are here on this path is not up to us to put that into question. So if we are in spirit, if we are in faith, and we truly believe that our loved ones we all have our own journey, not just our loved ones. And when we are not ready to fully let go of someone, we must also look into how attached we are to places, to people, to things. So when you actually give that state of oneness and love, infinite, unconditionally to everything and everyone, and understand that it's just a life cycle. And again, I really have to respect everyone's belief system here. You focus on gratitude, on what that person has brought into your life, what that person taught you, and you choose how you want to believe and be close or let go of that spirit of that person. So there's all kinds of teachings around death. So I really have to respect everyone on this panel. But we know that we are able to tap into the heart of our loved ones, regardless if they're here or not. And it's a beautiful question because these are the times where it's more challenging to stay in that positive thinking. But knowing that this person, I don't know who this person is that you're asking, or if you're just asking in general, whether it brought you grace and contribution into your life, or was somebody that, I don't know, wasn't nice to you that you didn't care for. There's always a lesson around everything that happens around us. Always. So we go back to the beginning of the presentation and how I close the presentation. What is it about the situation that I'm not seeing that could be for my highest good and the good of others? And just know, what is it, that exact feeling that is holding you from not being able to tap into even accepting the death, not just being in positivity? What is it? The attachment, a guilt, a fear, an anger. There's a reason why you're tapping into that, to not being fully present, to let go and let God do its course and you be at peace, knowing that everything has a divine plan.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Our next question is, good evening, ma'am. What to do with the person who is always looking at negative side of life? And thanks.
I love that. And I like this question very much because I didn't have the time to talk about it in the presentation. But in fact, I just had a close situation about this. So it could be somebody you love that is just in constant negativity of life, or it could be a coworker or somebody who's just like, somebody that you are near that is still influencing somewhat or not how you're feeling. Now, it really depends, my love, where you are in your spiritual journey. That person who's complaining, who's not positive, we know that is in lack and in fear. And as a human being on this earth that is full of grace and love, what do you do when you see somebody broken? What do you do when somebody needs help? What do you do when somebody is enraged and just doesn't know how to get out of it? Depending on the way you were brought up in your belief system, you send them love and light regardless. If we tap in to say, oh my God, you're always complaining, it's so annoying, this vibration gets me negative, please, can you think of something that you could be positive about? How can we be of contribution? When somebody says, like, I see the sunrise right now and I think it's a beautiful day, and then anyone, Maria, comes into my life and says, oh, this horrible day, I hate this weather, it's so sunny. And a tool that I've used in the past, that you just say, what an interesting point of view, to share that point of view with me, thank you. So by you not reacting to that momentum is a great way that you can help, that you can send love and light consciously, verbally, or in spirit to that person, is amazing. So you might just be a person of grace who will be like, oh, it sounds, acknowledging the emotion. Oh, it seems like you might be having a rough day. Thank you for telling me how you feel. How can I be of contribution to you? So again, it takes two to tango. How are you receiving these questions? What is triggering in you that you're reacting that it's a negative situation when it might be an opportunity for you to be a source of light to that person? So depending on the perspective and the light and the flashlight, the intensity of the flashlight that you put into the circumstance that is coming into your life. I hope that makes sense. I love speaking about this, actually. Thank you for this beautiful question.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question from Romal Janikino. Do you need to think positive at all times and in all circumstances?
Thank you, Ramel, for this awesome question as well. Well, I always shy away from the word need, right? Because when you say I need to, it creates intensity, pressure. It's heavy. Energetically, when I tell you need to do this, it causes hardship. Okay, this goes back to the neurolinguistic programming. So, do we need to feel positive at all times in all circumstances? The answer is absolutely not. What we must be attentive to is that we allow all emotions to come through and ask the questions, feel the feeling. Again, like if you're the spectator of your own movie, remember that slide that I said put pause on the slide of on the part of the movie that you need to work on, observe, ask the questions. Because if we just ignore them and not acknowledge each situation that we're going through, and we're just saying, I'm positive, I'm positive, I feel positive, I am light, I am love, and you're just really not tapping into it, the next time a circumstance comes up that takes you to that particular situation that you didn't heal, it's going to come up times two. We need to be able to do the inner work as the situations arise. So the problem, not the problem, I don't like that word. The opportunity for growth, see, this is NLP. I was going to say the problem. It's not the problem. The opportunity for growth is that you you acknowledge that if you're staying in sadness or in anger or in doubt for a long time, to be able to do the inner work. And if you cannot do it, you raise your hand and ask for help. You seek a life coach, you seek a family member of contribution, somebody that can really help you. Because once you stay too long in an emotion that is not for your highest good, it can get dangerous. Depression, deep depression, and unfortunately, we know that the suicidal rates have gone off the roof. So be able to tap into where you are in the process of your feelings. But by all means, feel the feeling, learn from the feeling, transform, transmute, dissipate, change, and let's work on putting in our subconscious mind what we decide to tap into for our highest good and the good of others. Thank you for the question.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question from Mike. Ma'am, do you have your own daily affirmations?
Oh my gosh, I love this as well. Thank you. I don't have a fixed one. I wake up, so as soon as I come down from the hallway, and as you all know now, I have the ocean in front, but you don't have to have the ocean in front. What I recommend is that you have a special corner where you can pray, meditate, have your own sacred space, even if it's a small one, just a stool, a little cushion, something. And you can just tap into what your source, what your heart, what your soul needs that morning. So today, I would say I feel whole. I feel grateful. I am light. I am love. I am expansive. I am determined. I am a creator. So, depending, I like to do that. Now, how I started back in many years ago, because I couldn't get into the habit of doing affirmations, and quite frankly, I've been the spiritual path for my first meditation was when I was 19. This year I turned 50. So I've been here for a long time doing this. It was challenging for me to be saying things that I didn't really feel at the time. And it's okay. It's a process. Like I mentioned in the conference, it's not a matter of night and day. We just have to be consistent in the process. If you are not in that right moment to say the affirmations and tap into what your soul needs to hear that day, by all means, get on YouTube, get on my page if you want. I have beautiful meditations, affirmations, channeling information, and Valentino coach and YouTube, whatever, me or thousands of people that are out there until you create your own. It's beautiful that you can tap into your own spirit and see what your soul needs. But definitely it's a step towards knowing what affirmations are the ones that you need. Thank you for the question.
Our next question from our ma'am Merida de la Cruz. How to keep oneself calm in times of travel?
I love that. That's a beautiful question as well. So obviously it depends on the situation, right? But what I definitely do, I always tap into my heart. Always tap into my heart. I always go to the breath as well. You know how I started the first meditation. You want to tap and breathe in. And you heard me say, breathe in love, fear, and abundance, and exhale, fear,
हाँ पाँच रही है
doubt, and uncertainty. Okay, so you inhale and I'm sorry, your mic is on. I can hear your mic. Camero, Camru. Okay, so we want to tap into the breath. We want to tap into our heart. We want to ask the question, right? What is it about the situation that is troubling me that I can't see it right now that could be for my highest good and the good of others? There's always a lesson to be learned, even in the most horrible situations. I tell you, sometimes when I wasn't able to see that, when, for example, I had certain things in my life that were really quite strong. Well, that has been at the time I didn't see it and I couldn't keep calm. But now that I have the tools, I would probably stay calmer. And now it has given me the strength to speak about it and help others heal. So ask the question, what is it about that troubled situation that is making you feel uncertain, unloved, or hurt? What is your why? Where is it coming from? From you or from another person? From a pattern? From a belief system that you were told that that was wrong? So it really depends on case to case, but you definitely can stay calm in troubles. And like I was sharing a story earlier, I had a situation that took me off my bench that I could have snapped in a heartbeat and justify and say, that's not true. I love you. But that person wasn't ready to hear that. And all I said was, thank you for sharing your feelings. I understand. I love you. I bless you. I let go and let God. And I kept on sending her like the harder she hit, the harder she vibrated negatively. The more I lifted my heart, the more I prayed for this person. And I complete liberation and focused on the gratitude that I could feel for this particular human being. Okay. Thank you, Maribeth.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question from Lambato Philaten. Ma'am, how could we develop positive thinking in this time of VUCA world? What practical things that we should do to have it? Thank you.
So definitely there's a lot going on in the world, like not only in terms of COVID, but natural disasters and I mean endless, right? And it's like a rage. So we all can be a contribution to that as well. I mean, literally, your contribution, your energy, and your positivity can for sure will make it just makes a difference in the way the frequency that you innate from you continues to another person, to a family, to a community, to your neighborhood. It doesn't matter. So it also goes back to your belief system. There's so many ways to heal the planet, to heal yourself. Like, how do you start your day? There's people that in all kinds of cultures, right? Like people who give tribute to the earth, people by just being recognizing and being thankful for everything, even when we're eating, right? Like, for example, when I eat, I bless not just my food, but the person, like, well, source for allowing us to have it, and the person who cropped it, the person who cut it, the person who cleaned it, the person, like, it's the ripple effect of positivity, love, prayer, that you can make a difference in elevating the frequency of this world, one person at a time, one child at a time, one act of kindness at a time, one at a time, regardless of what that is, because we know at the end that there are greater lessons that will happen despite of all this insanity that is going on in the world. There is goodness at the end of there's always light at the end of the tunnel. There's always calmness after a storm. We know this. So just stay grounded, hold positive, and do your own contribution to expand your positivity and frequency and love as far as you can possibly imagine. Thank you, Lamberto.
Our next question from Ravi Shankar. Can you say about how to maintain or have positive thinking in every situation?
I love it. So I am actually in that phase right now. And again, from what the situation that just happened, I think it's very similar to the question before. So the lack and the fear of others, it is my choice to tap into or not. Before purchasing this home, I was on the road for 2 years. So even my loved ones, people that are close to me, would judge and say, when are you going to settle down? You are like a hippie traveling the world. It would be my choice to say, you're so rude. That I don't like that. Can you stop that? Why? And then tap into that and stop my dreams from fulfilling. So when I'm able to tap into the heart of that person, what do I see and what do I feel in that situation? Oh, they might not be able to be in a position to be traveling. Oh, they might be in a situation that is not for their highest good. Oh, they're trying to tell me in a unique way that they love me and they're afraid when I'm out and about. Oh, I'm tapping into that they're going to miss me and they're missing me. So this is where that is coming from. So by asking the questions, you're able to shift the perspective in the light of these people that are tapping into negativity, but they're really just being their own severed souls. It is us how we react to that will make it or not a conflict, that will make it or not a negative situation for us, that will inhibit us, that will prohibit us from growing and expansively, tremendously from these people that come to our life as our teachers. As our teachers. If it triggers you, there's an opportunity for growth. And so there's an opportunity for growth. You thank that person, that situation, and that circumstance for coming into your life. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question from Harrison. How can we still be positive in times of pandemic or COVID-19 situation?
Harrison. So I definitely feel like I hope you're okay that that is the answer that I gave before this one. So it's whether it's COVID, whether it's natural disaster, so I did share examples of how we can stay positive through this. So I definitely honor and thank you for this question, but I would like to go to our next one because I definitely you can hear back if you missed it. Maybe it's a beautiful question, and I gave also an example of all that happened, despite of, not everybody has the opportunities, of course, and there's been a lot of deaths and so many businesses that have fallen and whatnot. But when you say fallen, that business that fell, I know it was hardship, and it was hard for me as well. Don't get me wrong, but I'm giving you a clear example, okay, my love, that for example, if it wasn't for the pandemic, I would have never taught universities. I had a limited belief in my brain that I couldn't do that, that I was in my cup of tea. And now I've done 13 or 15 universities, and I learned a new aspect of me that I wouldn't have known if it wasn't for this. So staying positive, asking the questions, how can I continue to grow, understand, evolve, resolve, expand through not just COVID-19, through every situation that comes my way. Because again, there's always a lesson learned. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question from Rodolfo. Ma'am, is positive thinking a sort of mind settings? And also thanks.
Thank you so much, Rodolfo. So it definitely, this is why I was doing the exercise to how to program your subconscious mind. And so you're actually like rewiring your brain because guess what? I don't want to say unfortunately or fortunately, huh? That the way we are perceiving life is only based on the experiences that were passed on to us. So, humans, when we come into this world, we're born loving, happy, blissful, always helping, sharing. This is the innate being of of humans. Yeah, we come from source, made with so much love, and this is it. But then our parents, because they didn't do the inner work or they didn't have the resources to do the inner work, were passed on with their whole programming system, right? So we need to not, like I said, put in a new chip like the computer, but work, change the emotions, take actions, make changes to be able to watch with through the neurolinguistic programming of our mind, change that and make it your modus vivendi, your complete mindset. Yes, for sure. Thank you. Cheryl says,
Thank you, ma'am. Our
Sherry
next
says,
question from Siri. Good evening. What to do with the person who always think he or she is intelligent and knows he or she is superior than others?
you say, I love your self confidence. Wow, that's amazing. Where she wants to feel a Wonder Woman, Superwoman, and jump off buildings and say, I am the best, I am whole. It's her calling. And it's her ego and it's her way of living or not ego. Hey, it's not me to put that label. I don't want to put any label. So if that person wants to feel the most intelligent, pretty woman, so successful, resourceful, good for her. What is it that is triggering you, my love? That is bothering you about the situation? The inner work has to be done within us, not that lady. Because right now, if I see somebody filled with rage about how incredible she is, I'd be like, oh my God, look for her. Good for her. Wow, look at that confidence, self esteem. Now, it takes two to tango. That's the quote. That's the thing I've said over and over. Well, how does that even affect you? You continue into your own spiritual journey. Bless the one who yells, I'm the best. Bless the one who says you are not the whatever. Bless the one who is aggressive to you because it lets you grow and learn. And he's a teacher or she's a teacher. It's all how we perceive the feelings of others and the circumstances that makes it difficult, not the actions of the other person, how we react to it. Yes, thank you, Sherry.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question is to the speaker, how can we maintain a positive thinking or lifestyle?
Lovely. All right, so we'll recap a little bit of the presentation. You want to wake up in gratitude, always in gratitude. What are the three things that you're grateful for this morning? As you're waking up, honor your body. You know, it's a blessing that you woke up one more day. So set an intention for your day, do your affirmations, whatever those look like, and just be in a state, if you depending of what you like to do. For me, I put an incense before coming here. I stretch, I do yoga. What is it that lifts your spirit to start? Because how you start your day it will determine the rest of the day. Okay, and you keep that, maintaining that positive thinking, knowing and just actually hearing this presentation again, knowing that everything comes your way is an opportunity to grow, heal, transform, and also is a way for us to be present and to be able to implement when you are thinking of a challenge or an opportunity to take a risk and you feel good about it, like I told you my story about buying this place, then there's no way, it's already instilled in your subconscious mind that even if I would have lost the money that I put down, I would have still, I mean, of course, it would have been a hard fall, but I would say, oh my God, what a beautiful opportunity to know that I am a resource of wealth and that I'm able to not only make this amount of money again, but what else is possible if even more. If this situation had to arise for me to understand that I am abundant, confident, capable, and able, then thank you for the lesson. And I let go and let God. Okay, thank you for that question, Anne.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question is, what is the difference between optimistic and positive thinking?
Good question. Well, actually, I didn't get a chance to speak about it, but I'm so glad he brought this up. There is, I don't remember where I wrote it, but there is a Harvard study. You can Google it, Harvard study that they did of to understand how important it is to be optimistic into bringing results into your life and how much it expanded the lifespan that for being optimistic, which I believe optimistic and positive thinking definitely is also hand in hand, right? So the positive thinking, I mean, we talked about it all the time here, what happened, but optimistic is having the outcome, the outlook of how things will look even before they came. But look up for that Harvard research. I'm sorry, I don't have the name right now, but if you just look it up, but definitely hand in hand. Thank you so much for your questions. It's been a blessing to be here. And I know I already have a date in February, guys. So I'll see you next February. And thank you, Kamrul, for being here and being a beautiful host to all of us.
Thank you,
I
ma'am.
bless you, love you, send you all love and light, and hope to see you in the near future and in my social media.
Thank you, ma'am. Your presentation and your question answer is very beautiful and outstanding. Today we have
Thank
lots
you.
of question. I think our participants are very happy
Thank
and
you. Thank
they
you for
are
the hearts.
they are they are understand your presentation clearly.
Thank you so much. It's an honor always to be here with all of you.
We hope we will meet together in another session in IGP.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you. Let me know in the chat what was a contribution to all of you, please. Thank you.
Thank you, dear participants. Today our topic is powerful benefit of positive thinking and the code is IGP 4975. The code is IGP 4975.